Kate Story with Bookmore Brides. Just wanted to take a couple of minutes here. I know it was just a quick little video here. We just kind of wanted to toss up and see if it resonated with anybody else. Lately, I've been really trying hard to work on batching my time and really making sure that I'm able to get to as many things in my day as possible. I'm sure that's a struggle for many, if not all of you, is how to, kind of cram everything that you need to get done into one, in one day, how to get it all done. And we all know it can't all be done in one day, right? There's got to be some sort of a plan, some sort of an action plan that needs to happen and that needs to take place. And that's something that we're really trying to help you accomplish through this roadmap that Nick and I have created to help guide you along the way in terms of your business and everything. But to get you there first, you really need to have a good schedule in place that's going to allow you to get to those higher level things while also managing the daily things that you need to get done every day, right? Like the social media posting, the follow-ups with clients, things like that happen every single day that's really necessary to help grow your business and to help your business to continue to operate well. But you do need to have some sort of a structure that's going to help you to be able to address all of these things. And not only that, but also allow you to have a personal life as well, right? I know that I'm a mom and there's a lot of things that I have to juggle in one day, whether it is for myself, for my kids, for our house, for other community obligations that we have. I'm part of a MOPS group, Mothers of Preschoolers, and all these different things that I know that I need to take care of and handle and address each day. And it can really be a struggle when trying to figure out how to do that with growing my business, with making sure that I'm not dropping anything and, leaving out some crucial elements. And that's just at a baseline, right? What we're trying to help you do within the Bookmore Brides community is help you to not only get that baseline really, automated as possible and streamlined and really operating well, but mostly so that you can then take your business and start leveling up when you're ready. So part of what we're trying to do with this roadmap is to give you those tools. So we're going to be releasing lots of new steps and new areas there that we're going to be rolling out soon that's going to help you to really hone in on that and make sure that you are able to get your business to a place that is allowing you to kind of step up and get it to the point that you really want it to be. And for a lot of you, I know that is to take your business from being a weekend warrior kind of a thing up to a full-time business, right? So that's where we're really going to start focusing next, is taking you from that phase one of being the business doer and really managing it all on your own, and taking you up to the next level where you're going to be able to do this full time. You might start looking into hiring additional team members if you don't already, and really helping you to find some ways to be able to grow your business. So the topic I really want to talk about in order to accomplish all these things is setting down a good foundation in terms of a schedule that is going to work well and allow you to juggle all those things and allow you to take things to the next level. So and this may be a topic that, you're familiar with, maybe it's not. The concept to me was not unfamiliar, but the way that it was presented to me kind of spoke to me as a, business owner and as a mom and a wife. So that really helped me a lot to be able to know that I didn't have to focus solely on my business. That's usually how I've seen time batching or blocking. It has been in relation to really only your business life. It hasn't really incorporated your personal life as well. So when I had recently, I have been following Jordan Page on YouTube. She runs a website called funcheaperfree.com, and she talks about, she has her own programs that she does and everything from productivity and, budget and, mom life stuff. If you're a mom, you're a parent, you might enjoy watching it too. But she really introduced for me this concept of a block schedule and taking it from the perspective of thinking about when you might have been like back in high school or maybe college or something like that, where you went from class to class, but when you were in that one class, you were all in and completely focused on that one topic. So, if you were in English class, which was always my favorite, if you were in English class, you had your English book open, you had your novel that you were studying open and your notes for that class, but you weren't, thinking about your science class that was happening next, or you weren't, practicing, soccer or something like that. You know what I mean? It's where you weren't trying to multitask or juggle all these different things all at the same time. You were kind of all in and focused on one area. And then when that time block, that block of time was over, then you moved on to the next one. So thinking about that concept, she really, and if you go to her website, she has a free printable that shows you how to create your own block schedule. And that's what I ended up doing for myself. And it's been very helpful so far. Again, not only so that way I can kind of get a better handle of making sure that I am putting together enough time in each day to address the things that, I really want to be doing each day, which is not only, things that I need to do, but things that I want to do. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to have more energy. So I've built in some time where, I'm starting to exercise in the mornings, making sure that I'm leaving enough time to, make dinner, not be, oh no, what am I going to do? Those kinds of things. Making sure that there is time for everything within my schedule that's important to me. So if you take that block schedule from that perspective, that might really help for you to be able to see how that works well for you and to be able to incorporate the tasks that are really important to you. Think about really most days, and let me just say one objection you might have, and I did too when I first heard about this concept, was, okay, but my days are so different. Every day, operates a little differently, and I can't really plan for things. But that's not really true. And she made a good point where she said, your tasks might be different from day to day, but your schedule in terms of, when things are happening each day, they're generally happen around the same time, right? Like you generally wake up around the same time. You usually, go to sleep about the same time, give or take, right? Depending on the day. You generally have certain times of the day where you're working versus when you're not. And so it's really just putting some clear parameters around those time frames, so that way you know what to expect. And then not only that, but you also know that it's coming up, so you know that you're going to have time. So if you're sitting there and you're antsy about, you're doing some of the baseline stuff for your business, and you're feeling antsy because you know that you really need to think about planning out for the next couple of months, or vice versa. If you're doing something that's really future focused, but you're like, oh my gosh, I just got to get an email out, or I have to call that bride back. If you know that you have something in your schedule that's going to allow you the time that is specifically set aside to address those tasks that are really kind of weighing on you, and it's making it really hard for you to be able to focus on one thing at a time, it kind of frees up your mind a little bit, because then you know that you're going to be able to address it later because you've already built in the time for it. And that can just help you breathe a little bit easier as well. So, what we're really trying to do with this method is help you free up a little bit of your time to be able to address some of the big rocks in your life. I'm just as guilty as anybody of putting all of the little things in, all of the urgent but not important, or things like that. If you've read Stephen Covey's the 7 Habits, right? That's what I'm talking about. Letting all of those little rocks really kind of dominate your day and your life. The things that are just really nagging at you, or they're really loud and getting to you, then you can, it's time to really start figuring out what those big rocks are and making sure that you have the time set aside for them. So just want to say hi to Dave. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. So anyways, with this, I also want to say too that it's never too late to create a schedule like this. Even though we're, well, one, it's January, right? Everybody's kind of in a jumpstart mood. This is kind of what made me really think about this, is that, January is kind of a fresh start. It's a new year, new decade. It's a really good opportunity for us to really kind of step back and examine what is working for us, what's not, and trying to find some ways to make things work a little bit better for us. So this is something that, I really encourage you and even challenge you a little bit to do, is to take a look at your schedule. Make a list of the things that are the most important to you, the things that you really want, not only from a business perspective, but from a personal perspective. Do you really want, to be able to have dinner with your family at least once or twice a week, if that's something that you're struggling to be able to fit in just because of the demands of your business? Are you looking to, be able to maybe read? That's something I miss. I miss reading for fun. And that's something I will, I'm really trying to set aside time in my block schedule to do. It can be big, it can be small, it can be a big health goal, it can be a little thing like that. Really trying to make sure that you are creating a well-rounded life, not only to help you thrive in your business, but to be able to create a life that is going to allow you to enjoy it as well, right? So I really encourage you this week to look at your tasks, look at the big rocks, the big things in your life that are really important to you, that you really want to do. Then take a look at your schedule and set aside some times that really seem to work logically for you already. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Maybe there could be a little bit of refinement, but really look at what you're doing now and see how maybe you could start to, like I said, put some clear parameters around the start and end of a specific working block. It could be maybe if you are working primarily from 9 to 4 or something, just as an example. Maybe from 9 to 11, that can be your kind of email response, or reaching out to couples, that kind of a thing. And then, then when that block is done, then from 11 to 12, you follow up on social media with comments from your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever, channels you might be using. That could be just some ways, look for some ways to do that. So what I'm going to do is I will actually post my block schedule in our Facebook group and show you an example of how I've set this up for myself. And hopefully maybe that will give you a little bit of inspiration, see how maybe you could start to incorporate this into your own life and into your own business. And I would really love it if you would be willing to share yours with us as well, so we could kind of see, and if you're open to receiving any feedback or any encouragement on that, we would love to provide that for you. So anyways, this is kind of more of a soft skills, or just kind of a little tidbit of information here, but just something that I know personally I have benefited from, and it's made a difference for me, and I hope it would make a difference for you as well. So anyways, give it a try this week, and like I said, if you can, post it into the group. We'd love to give you some feedback or some help if you would like that. Or just use it as an opportunity to encourage others as to how you try to put together things whenever you can, and schedule things up so that way that you can address the things that are the most important to you without letting anything drop, and hopefully start propelling yourself and your business forward to where you want to be. So anyways, that's my little thought for today. Hope it helps. And anything that you want to add or ask about, feel free to add into the comments. But definitely we will see you soon. Thanks for joining today.